Harry Potter's sexual experience at Hogwarts was limited to a few innocent kisses. But what if there was a riskier business happening with all those wizards away at boarding school? What would their sexual education look like? Well, two Boston University students have created Sex Ed at Hogwarts to explore just that. Michelle Good and Jamie Cluffs write, at this event, half-bloods, house elves, and muggles alike will learn the proper way to get consent to enter one's chamber of secrets and how to snog without getting Hogwarts. Hope you can apparate there. That's pretty funny. Michelle and Jamie have apparated here to tell us more. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I gotta admit, this is pretty good stuff. What is Frisky February, and what made you want to incorporate Hogwarts into it?
So Frisky February is BU's first ever sexual health month, so to bring awareness to sexual health and topics related to sexuality. And so in bringing Frisky February to BU, we tried to really come up with some inventive and creative programming. We did things like an a cappella show to talk about positive relationships, an aphrodisiac cooking class that we partnered with the nutrition program at school, and also Sex Ed at Hogwarts.
Wow, I am impressed. Did you come up with this equally, like together? It was like one person came up with the idea and then the other one said, hey, that's a good one?
I think it was a lot of back and forth. I don't know who exactly proposed the Hogwarts piece of it, but we were like, let's run with it. Or fly with it.
I just think it's such a damn good idea. It makes me happy to know that people are even thinking about this stuff. Was using Harry Potter appealing to people to talk about sex ed, or did they find it somewhat of a distraction? Like, did people get so caught up in the Potterness of it that they didn't talk about the sex part?
No, I think everyone there was super engaged and excited about it. It was really just J.K. Rowling provided us with the framework. There was a missed opportunity, and we really just went with it, filled in some of the gaps.
That makes total sense. Michelle, why do you think sex ed wasn't included in the books?
I mean, J.K. Rowling definitely was writing to such a wide audience. She had a family audience, really young children, adults reading, and it really just wasn't in the scope, I think, of her book series. She definitely had some allusions here and there. I mean, Harry and Ginny walking around the lake for long hours, so she had a few clues, but I think we really honed in and gave the audience what they wanted, let them know how things happened.
So do you think if sex ed were included or had been included, it would be sort of like what you guys did?
I like to think so. I think we brought a lot of references from the books and the characters and kind of made it fun and interactive. It's kind of an awkward topic, so it's great to bring in different characters that people love in this magical world that J.K. Rowling created and really make things fun.
I like that. I'm looking at a tweet that says, from BU's student health account, STIs are like Bertie Bott's beans. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, have you always been interested in like advocacy and awareness and sort of building up people's understandings of this stuff?
Absolutely. We're both grad students at the BU School of Public Health, working on our master's in public health. And anytime you can use a pop culture reference and weave public health into that, like, you're going to draw attention. And that's really what we tried to do.
Do you think, why is it such a tough topic? I mean, there's this way in which our culture is hypersexual and everything is sexualized. And then on the other hand, we don't have substantive conversations about sexual health or sexual awareness. Why do you think there's such a tension and contradiction there?
Yeah, I think that people come into college, especially with all different levels and backgrounds of sex education, and it's kind of the topic everyone wants to know about, but no one wants to admit that they don't know anything about it. So they don't want to be seen at these events and coming out and trying to learn new things. And instead, unfortunately, they turn to pop culture references and the media, and they can find some really inaccurate information that can really skew their thoughts. So really, any time that we can bring pop media and culture in and change their thoughts and really get these misconceptions and clear things up for them.
So let's go back to the serious issue here. At Hogwarts, who do you think would have taught sex ed?
So we actually were talking about this before we came on, and we'd have to go with McGonagall. Do you agree with that?
I do.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, she's like, she's level-headed. She can approach the subject with, poise, but still communicate and think that people listen to her. So I think she would have been who J.K. Rowling would have picked. potentially.
I think you guys are onto something. Jeremy Simpson, a.k.a. Kringle, wrote it and said, Yoda sex for Padawans. I think people now are thinking about all kinds of pop culture references to do sex ed. What are some other places that we could locate really good models for sex ed stuff?
In terms of resources?
I mean, in terms of like, instead of, if we were to say, all right, Harry Potter was good for this year, what are some other places? Could we look to I don't know, The Simpsons, South Park, I don't know, Game of Thrones?
Hey, if you can find a way to weave in a, positive, accurate sexual health message, I say go for it.
Okay, so probably not 50 Shades.
Definitely not 50 Shades.
That's why you guys are the experts and I'm just the weird guy with bad pop culture references.